Great fucking things, everyone. Today I have a little, no, actually a pretty good sized book haul. I wasn't going to go look for any more books, but they had a special December sale at the library today, and I got some of my Christmas books in, so I'm going to combine those and show you what I got. Now, they had a sale in October, and I got a lot of stuff. So I'm thinking, they're not going to have anything. It's going to be just leftover crap, same stuff I've been seeing. And when I get there, they had like one circular table, and then the other room was just empty. Usually there's like tables with table rows and boxes and boxes and boxes below the tables and boxes in the back. This was just like the room had DVDs and like bullshit like that. But then I see 5 or 6 boxes on the back corner on the ground. I'm like, what the hell is those? Because what do you call it? Not the white whale. The dream book. What you want to find is like a first edition Lonesome Dove from Larry McMurtry or something. You don't expect to ever see like hardcover Brandon Sanderson or something like that. It's like new stuff. Plus, it's already like October. They had a bunch of books going, so there's not gonna be anything back there. I go back there. Hardcover Mistborn, mint condition. This isn't even a library one. This doesn't have a library tag on it. Like brand fucking new, never been read. Looks like. And hardcover The Way of Kings. Do you realize? What? Brand new? Never been touched? Retails for $37.99. $51.50 in Canada. This one, $35.99 retail price. $72 worth of books right here. I paid $1 each. $1. Hardcover's a hardcover. As far as they're concerned, they don't care if it's mint condition brand new. That's the price. The library gives no fucks. It's government money, I guess. I don't know where they get these. Who is like donating brand new hardcover Brandon Sandersons to the library to be sold? Maybe somebody thought, see, there's a thing. The library can't take your donations and then put on a shelf to be checked out to people. That's not how it works. They got to go through this special company, which a while back I tried to set myself up as a library so I could buy books from this special company that the libraries use, which you get like a 10-15% discount for being a library. Not that great, but they wouldn't let me do it because I'm not an official library, even though I'm a library. Some people say like if you have 1,000 books, that's a library. There's about 120 per shelf. I got 5 here, and I got 2 in there, and I got 1 in the living room. I'm pretty sure I qualify as a library at this point. I don't know how these rules work, but jeez. Happy Merry Christmas to me, I guess. Also got this one. This one is a little bit used. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Taylor Jenkins Reid. Y'all see that video of that girl that was, I was going to put it on the screen. She's like this. She got some pancakes at the IHOP or something. And she's freaking out about these pancakes. And there's this girl in the background going, ugh, what the hell? That's like me at the library today. Except I didn't actually do that. But in my heart of hearts, that's what it was. They also had these ones, which I already own. These are my copies. Brand new Larry McMurtry. This is part of the Lonesome Dove series. Dead Man's Walking Comanche Moon. So I didn't get them. Although I probably should have for like $1 each. I figured I'd share the joy, let somebody else have some. But then, I'm not really a Westerns guy. But that's supposed to be like one of the best books of all time. Not just Westerns, but of any book. So maybe I'll get into Westerns one day. And who is like the most famous writer for Westerns? Louis L'Amour. If you've ever seen Louis L'Amour, they're kind of like those little doll sci-fi books. They're real skinny, real tiny books. I thought this was going to be just short stories, but maybe it's just his books. This is the collected short stories of Louis L'Amour. The Frontiers. Oh, this is volume 2. He's written so many books. Maybe this is all just crammed. This is also large print. I didn't realize that. Very large print. $24 retail. Pretty much brand new. Doesn't look like anybody's read it. So, and then I got this one. This was like one of the big bestsellers this year, I think. Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, who also wrote How to Sell a Haunted House, which was like really big this year. Maybe this was last year. New York Times bestseller. Even the girl at the counter when I was buying this, she was like, yeah, this was really good. She loves this book. So, what else did I get? I took 2 bags because I didn't. I was hoping, but you never know. I got a Neil Schusterman. He's the guy that wrote Unwind and some other things. This one's called The Schwa Was Here. I don't know anything about this, but it is mint condition. Brand new. Maybe he writes children's books or mid-grade or something. Never heard of this, but saw it, recognized the name, grabbed it. And then I saw a bunch of Agatha Christie's. Now there's an Agatha Christie book that's supposed to be really good. I think it's about a haunted house on a hill or on a lake or something. It's not House on Haunted Hill. She wrote The Haunting in Venice, and some of these new movies are coming out. Death's on a, what was it? I don't know, there's like a bunch of famous things she's wrote. I don't know what that one was called, but Secret of Chimneys, Closed Casket, and Death in the Clouds. Yeah, Hercule Poirot. Death on the Nile, that's what it was. She wrote that one as a motion picture. Oh, here we go. Here's a list of her books. Murder on the Orient Express, I'm sure you probably heard of. Evil Under the Sun sounds familiar. Dead Man's Folly. That sounds familiar. I don't know. There's one book I'm looking for, but I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, 50 cents each. Who cares? I got a John Ringo. He wrote one of my favorite sci-fi series of all time. And this one is called The Last Centurion. I don't know if it's historical fiction or $25 retail price. Looks brand new. Oh, the second decade of the 21st century. Oh, American Army officer rebuild the world and prevent the fall of his homeland. So this is kind of a modern, like, homeland war. What was that video game where, like, America gets invaded or something? He writes a lot of, like, really military stuff, like with the legit guns and stuff, I think. And I got The Cruel Prince, Holly Black. I think I already have this. I wasn't sure. I got it again anyway. And then I got Star Wars Ahsoka, just cause brand new. Why not? Don't know anything about Ahsoka. Not a big Star Wars guy. And then I got nonfiction. The founder of Trader Joe's, Joe Colombe, becoming Trader Joe. How I did business my way and still beat the big guys. So, that's what I got at the library. Now, my Christmas presents this year are off the chain. Because I got The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I got this in my lunchbox for when I take it to work. I've already started reading it. This is like, everybody has been talking about this year. It's about a city that's a giant library. And I don't know what happens, but I know it's about a giant library. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really say. It's supposed to be big, though. I don't think Matt from Matt's Fantasy Book Reviews liked it. He DNF'd it, but everybody else says it's like the greatest thing ever. Another one everybody has been talking about this year, The Will of the Many by James Islington, who wrote Shadow of What Was Lost, which is back there. I don't know what else he's written, but I think this has something to do with the Roman Empire or something similar to it. Yeah. Catman Republic, the hierarchy you rule now. I think it's maybe a fantasy based on the Roman Empire. I mean, it just sounds great on its own. Of course, I had to get Holly by Stephen King, his new book. This is my favorite, one of my top 3 characters in all fiction. Holly Gibney. She's got, what do you call that? When you're, Asperger's? She's got Asperger's and she's kind of like solving crime. And she has to like overcome her shyness and her weirdness to like people are trying to kill her all the time. So I got to read her short story that was in If It Bleeds, which I have that on my TBR shelf in the living room. So I'm going to read that and then I'll read this sometime this month before the year's out. And then if I have time, I will read this monstrosity, Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. I mean, this one is kind of like everybody that doesn't hate Jay Kristoff says it's the greatest book of all time. Everybody loves it. There are some people that don't like Jay Kristoff, I think because the Nevernight series is like a female protagonist and it's a man writing about a female protagonist, and like, you know, crazy butthurt liberals probably don't like him for some reason, and then they say, I don't like that book. Maybe it's got some, I think I heard something about some like weird sexual stuff in it or something. I don't remember what it was. I can't wait to read that one. And then I got R.J. Barker's new book came out this year, Gods of the Weirdwood. I still got to read his Bone Ships trilogy, maybe before I read this, but I knew this was going to be hard to get cheap, so I'll put it on the list. And then apparently my mom got me this whole trilogy. The other 2 haven't come in yet. They'll be in like Monday. This is Ryan Cahill's. Oh, also Empire of the Vampire. I think she ordered me the second book, which isn't even out yet. It's going to come out in February, so I'll get it in like March. And this is like $35. So the other one's probably the same. Probably just as big. Empire of the Damned. So that one's coming in March, apparently. And then these 3 books. Of Blood and Fire, of Darkness and Light, and of War and Ruin. Bound and the Broken by Ryan Cahill. Everybody says this is the bee's knees. Pretty much they react about this the same as they react about the Sun Eater books. So I'm expecting good things. There's also some novellas that go with it, which I'm going to try to get on my phone because I don't want to pay like $15 for a little skinny book that's maybe 150, 200 pages. The Fall, The Ice, and the Exile. So I think I've got The Fall. So that's like 0.5. So that's the book that comes before the first book, like a prequel book. So I'll read that, and then I'll read this, and then the other 2 will come in. Maybe I'll find 3.5. Wait, 3.5? So that'll be after the 3rd book? So I can read book 1 and 2, and then read 2.5. 3rd book, and then 3.5. Good deal, I guess. I don't know. But that's it. A lot of good stuff. I'm going to be busy all year, next year, trying to read all this crap.